What's going on, everyone? So I'm doing my dealership walkthrough here, and what we are looking at as a truck similar to the one I have currently, and that is a 2022 Ram 1500. Sorry for the background noise, but it is what it is. Got to do what I got to do. Ram 1500, Bighorn, quad cab, 4x4. There's the information there. That's the price. It does have this Rocky Ridge package for a grand total of $16,000. So that includes what you see here, and mainly what's going to stick out is the wheels and tires, lift kit, and maybe these fender flares here. But I'm sorry, that is not worth over 16 grand. That's just insane. For that, you do something similar to what I did, and that's get a lower base trim, or even if you want the Bighorn, get a Bighorn and just do what you want to it as far as lift and wheels and tires when you're ready to do those things. Paying that premium, and then I can only imagine the monthly payments for all that. That's just insane. So this is what it looks like, but it's good to compare to what my truck looks like with the 3.5 inch lift that it has now. And honestly, before I read the information on the side here, it was kind of hard to tell if this even had a 6 inch lift or not. I thought maybe a 4 inch lift, but apparently it has a 6 inch lift. I don't know, I have to see my truck next to this side by side and get an actual comparison. Maybe I'll do that later in the video. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, right now standing next to it, I can't tell you that I really feel like this is much taller than my truck. And that's coming from somebody who's been considering getting or upgrading to a 6 inch lift. So I don't know. Here's what the interior looks like. Very similar to the seats I upgraded to with the cat skins. Again, I paid for that on my own versus getting all that through the dealer. For me, at least, it's better that way because, you know, first of all, I'm a content creator, so it's great for, you know, what I do as far as YouTube goes, you know, little by little, doing the mods and stuff like that, as well as being able to financially pay for the stuff versus having a giant monthly payment for an already built truck. So yeah, it's great that you can personalize the truck the way you want, when you want to, versus just buying it, you know, the way you see it at the dealership. So that's my take on getting something like this with a package versus getting a regular truck. In my case, the Tradesman, I wanted to get a super base model and do everything the way I wanted to and not feel any type of guilt of getting rid of wheels like this that you paid extra for, and then you get rid of them anyway because you want a different wheel, or you want Methods, or you want Rhino, or stuff like that. So that's just my opinion. I'd rather buy the truck, nothing on it, do it the way I want. That's the way I've always wanted to do it. That's the way I'll keep doing it. So you know what? I'll make this video a little special. I'll wait for my truck to be finished getting worked on right now, getting the oil change, and I'll go ahead and park my truck next to this one and see how I like the difference, both with stuff like fender flares, the height of this truck with the 6 inch lift, and so on and so forth. And as far as wheel and tire size, this is a LT325/60 R20, so I got the same wheel size. I have a 35 by 1250, so I'm not sure what this adds up to as far as height and width compared to a 35 by 1250, but yeah. All right, so I'll wait for my truck to get finished and we'll pull up next to this one and see how it looks together. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, my Ram is on the left, and the Ram I was filming earlier with the 6 inch lift Rocky Ridge package is on the right. And honestly, now that I see them side by side, sorry for the wind, guys, now that I see them side by side, I'm not thinking this coughing up the extra cash to get that 6 inch lift is worth it. As you can see, this is my Ram, and then the 6 inch lift Ram. Yeah, I'm glad I did this. Because honestly, you guys tell me, do you think getting the 6-inch lift is worth it if I already have the 3.5-inch lift right there to your left? Now I am parked a little bit closer, as you can see, because there's a car stop behind me and the one behind this truck is further back. But let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'm leaning towards saving that money for something else instead of getting that lift. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Now from the front, you can see that the logo is a little bit lower than here, but yeah, I don't know. Let's go look at my truck from a different angle. The only reason I feel like I would get the 6-inch lift is because right now I do have 35 by 1250s on my truck, and I would like to eventually get 37s. So that's the only reason I would do it. Right now, currently, I won't be able to fit 37s with a 3.5-inch lift unless I do a crazy amount of cutting and chopping underneath, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know. I might have to test drive a Ram with the specific lift that I want and see how it feels. Because, you know, the angles, that's another benefit. The angles with the lower control arms, as you can see how straight they are, versus with the 3.5-inch lift, it's more at an angle. So I know ride comfort wise and longevity, this would be the better route to go. Although you don't hear too many bad things as far as this truck goes with the 3.5-inch lifts. I've gone for multiple shops and everybody says they love this lift. So I don't know. This may be a coin toss, if you will. Also, I want to point out something. This is back to why I don't think paying over $16,000 is worth it. With this lift, it really is just that spacer, and then you keep the OEM strut. With my lift, with the 3.5, I got actual replacement struts with no spacer. So this is currently a better quality lift, better ride than what is specifically on this truck. Now the 6-inch lift I was gonna get for this isn't like this. It's same brand, same company, Rough Country. I'm gonna be replacing these struts as well again. And then in the rear, I'll be getting a much bigger spring, coil spring. Well, you can't see it here, but maybe if I bring it around here. So that coil spring I'll be replacing for a larger one, and then I'll be replacing the shocks as well. So that's another reason why I'm thinking about going with the 6-inch, because I know it's probably going to be a better ride. And then, you know, I'll technically be sitting higher. It is taller. I mean, you can tell that it is taller. I'm not on like exactly even pavement. So yeah, but anyways, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. As always, stay safe out there. God bless, and I will catch you guys later.